Hello and welcome, fellow Nazi destroyers, and yes, it's me. I'm back for the typical Friday time of Nazi death. As much as we wish that could be the case in real life all the time. But the only way we can make that reality true is if we... Well, shouldn't say it, shouldn't, you know. Look, if you see a fascist, you should kill them. In video games. Right, I'm slightly tempted to skip ahead to the Hitler killing mission, because we recently celebrated the anniversary of Hitler's death. But I'm not going to give that worm any particular importance. So let's just continue on. I need eye shots for that. I need... What do I need for this? Kill 20 enemies without taking damage. Okay. Oh, there's so much I need to do for this thing. Big distance, grenade in belt, environment explosives. Ugh. Well, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. We're doing it. That's what's happening. It is being done.
Giavi Fiorini. The town's name will be forever associated with the massacre of the Allegron partisans. They fought bravely by all accounts, but stood no chance against the Nazi war machine.
I saved one of them.
They walked directly into a trap. I couldn't find Sophia, the angel, amidst the carnage. But then many of the bodies were burnt beyond recognition. The partisans hadn't died in vain, though. Their sacrifice meant we'd been able to grab the intelligence we needed. Boehm knows about Operation Avalanche, the Allied plan to invade mainland Italy. If the fleet is attacked, the results will be catastrophic. The Nazis' grip on Europe will become ever tighter, squeezing the life from her. And there's something else. Something vital. USS Ancon is the command ship for Operation Avalanche. Which means the primary target is the Allied Commander-in-Chief. Baum is going to kill General Eisenhower. The strike will be launched from a Nazi base in the mountains of Alagra. With the partisans wiped out, Denelli's mobsters are the only people capable of guaranteeing my safe passage through the mountains. Weaver is setting up a bombing run, but it's up to me to call it in. Maybe I can grab some intel on the Germans' plans for their new toys, as well as making sure nothing can be salvaged. In the end, it comes down to this. I have to stop those missiles.
I have to say, I appreciate the snow. It's quite hot here at the moment. Maybe I'll feel colder Right, let's swap to suppressed.
Have a drink.
Well, okay. I need to have a drink. Oh, you got a Pokeball. I'm sure that's useful. Oh. Oh, Bubbles, stop doing that. Calm down now. What the hell am I doing? Right. Map! Someone there that I seem to have already detected somehow. There's a big bridge over there, but there's probably a way of crossing. Maybe here or here. Okay. Let's get into the fortress. So really, this is get into the fortress. Do things from there.
The heart of darkness. Gotta find a way in.
Worries about his brother. You are also a radio operator, so I really need to kill you. Join the army to see the world. Has a twin. How was it frozen? Is there anyone else in there? Nobody noticed. Yeah, there's one. Met a girl from Liverpool. Well, obviously didn't rub off on you. Come on.
Diese Warterei bringt mich um.
Whoops. I knew I should have booby-trapped that body.
Think I've grabbed all I can.
Go on. Go on. Go on. Okay, that wasn't real. Oh, damn. That's certainly a hell of a shot. Hey, what do you think about this? Okay. Okay. Come on in. Alright, let's mop up.
That's all.
Alright, we've got a duty roster. Officer in charge, Senior Lieutenant Dieter Hahn. Location, radio bunker, north bank of river. Absences, none to report. Officer instructions, you should be aware we're at a maximum security until the launch. Patrol should have good sight lines in the unlikely event someone has managed to access the base using anything other than the heavily guarded road. Officer comments, low temperatures mean that the river has frozen over again. So there's an officer over there. Let's look at you. Shot one of his own men at point-blank range for disagreeing with him. Wow. What a piece of shit. They had to go. Too bad I'm nowhere near there, assholes.
No more to find here. Might make for a more stealthy entrance.
A Jaeger. I'd rather be on the... I would rather be on the battlefield. Like to see his target's face when killing him. Well, I like to see the face too. Because that's what I'm shooting. Ah! Oh, it's nearly medicine time. Well, let's just sort that out, shall we? Ah! Veteran of Ukraine? It does look to be a stealthier way in than the front door. The front door does not look to be a particularly stealthy way in. Nobody's noticed that the guy in there's dead yet. Hello, Uzi! How you doing? Well, that's good, because I've got a lot of that for you to enjoy. Still no one in there who has even noticed that the radio man in there is dead. I'm in a bush. I'm in a bush. Let's see about any Nazis that I can kill. Not from here. Hmm. Hmm. Ah, minefield. That's a good way to get in, then. Let's see if I can avoid dying. Ah, there's a mine.
This'll come in very useful.
It's mine now. There's my mine. And there's another one.
Hey, jackpot.
I think there's another.
Looks useful.
And there's another one there. But I can't carry it, and it's out of my way. I don't really need to go there. So, but this one. Ah, that's the end of the minefield. Ah, we've got a person. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's someone there who I have not seen. You! Anyway. Ah, I've spooked a couple of people who I hadn't seen. Good. Someone saw me.
Guess I grabbed everything useful.
Well, I think I killed them all. Hey, madam. We're killing the Nazis here.
This'll come in very easy.
Dear Gisela, how does the song go again? In my heart, sweetheart, there's a lot of space for you. Well, there always was. I should have married you or something, made an honorable woman of you, but if you're reading this, I guess it's too late. I'm dead and gone, if not buried. Raise a glass to me, my love, Eric. She's better off without you. Whoop! Those people are still like, ah, there could be a person. But there isn't. Previous notoriously brutal with prisoners. Someone's up there.
Hier ist er nicht. Aber ich bleibe lieber wachsam. Weg. Besser.
What's up, everybody?
Hey!
Oh, let's see. Reactive. Let's go for this one.
Yeah, and I'll need to...
Now you need to move me so I'm not in the middle of the screen.
Yes! I had to do that in a previous
Yeah.
stream due to other shenanigans, and
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
'cause-
undo it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because last Tuesday I brought a stream friend an entire TOG 2 tank, and I had to make room for the stream guests
Yeah?
alongside them.
Yeah.
No. Don't have a good shot. Do I now have a good shot? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, go crowd around it so I can see where you all are.
I've doubtlessly made plenty of jokes about, like, it, you know, the recent anniversary of, you know,
Oh yeah,
Hitler's,
recent anniversary
you know,
of Hitler's death.
Hitler's death, yeah.
You know, when he was killed
Yeah.
by Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, just listen, just because Hitler was really bad doesn't mean you need to, you know, follow the teachings of the guy who killed Hitler. There's
Yeah.
some problematic elements to
There
that.
really is. There's a whole book of them.
But yeah, you know, yeah, it's called Mein Kampf. But for some reason, you know, British patriots just seemed to latch onto the guy who killed Hitler as this figure they should revere, unironically. I am saying
I
that
seem
there
to be
are
in the floor.
literal, you're in the floor.
Well, no wonder they can't see me.
Yeah, the perfect disguise. The terrain itself turns against them.
Okay, I've spotted them all now.
Besser die Augen aufrollen.
There's also a turret position.
Hey! Haltet eure Augen offen.
There we go, that's my way in. Well, the thing is, the first victim of Adolf Hitler was Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, I mean,
And also the
he
last.
did kind of ruin his life.
He ruined his own life.
Yeah, for no
uh,
goddamn reason is the thing.
Yeah. And yeah, he was the last as well. Poetic
How
in that
ironic.
way. Oh shit. This goes a bit deeper in. Give it a minute, see if anyone gets attracted to the sound. if they don't, I'll just start shooting.
So I started blasting. Yeah. It's Bandcamp Friday
Oh, it
today,
is!
which don't feel obligated
No,
to
no,
buy
no. This
anything.
is
I
what
know
I was.
nobody
This
has
is
any money
this
right
is what
now.
I was waiting for. The day when they would, everyone who I buy them from will actually get all the money.
Yeah, instead of it just like a large portion of it going to Bandcamp. But like, yeah, it's so far one person has bought an album. I'm reasonably sure it's Eldritch Zoe. Since I don't know anyone else called Zoe, but I've also been followed by like a dozen accounts on Blue Sky that I'm genuinely unsure if they're bots or not. There's a lot of people with, oh yeah, I'm a musician as well, and they're following 10,000 people, and I'm like, you are not going to see my posts. I don't do follow for follow. I very carefully curate who I'm following, actually, because otherwise it just gets overwhelming. How many people am I following?
I cannot increase the number of people I'm following on Blue Sky because I'm following precisely 69 people.
Yeah, I'm following 115 people. I have 486 followers. I'm on dozens of these, like, lists of unclear intent that they keep renaming every week.
Yeah, I'm on a couple of those.
People who have blocked me for not having a Crunchyroll sub. I'm pretty sure that's not the original reason you blocked me.
Yeah, pretty sure that's not it.
Oh, the one saying, oh, people who are spreading lies about how AI, Bitcoin, and VR are evil. They're all wrong. That's been renamed. And now it says, oh, created by a script. I didn't look at your profile. And it's like, I know you did.
Yeah.
My point is, I'm completely correct in all my takes on these things. Oh no, Panda Bibble. They have a list accusing me of blocking them for not having a Crunchyroll sub, which, one, I don't care if anyone does. I encourage people to pirate anything and everything. And two, I don't know this person at all. Since I'm also on their unrelated list of transphobes, I'm reasonably sure neither of these things are true. It's not impossible. There's a Jekyll and Hyde situation going on here where my evil or possibly good self is, you know, championing the cause of Crunchyroll subs, but I'm really not sure how that could happen, so... But yeah, I don't have a Crunchyroll sub because I don't pay for any subscriptions for any of these sites because I'm not letting them reinvent cable. I'm not buying like 20 different cable packages to watch the shows I want to watch. I'm just gonna wait until they end up on other sites. It's really unfortunate that I had absolutely no energy for making music in the couple of weeks leading up to Bandcamp Friday. And I know this is an irrational thing, given I released 25 albums last year. But, like, I'd like to have something new to offer, you know? Didn't see that one coming. Nah, too obvious.
Nothing else.
Dear Benjamin, this is my last letter and I wasn't sure who to write to. You're my oldest friend, you seem the logical choice. We've shared a lot of happy times. If you receive this, could you go to my mother and tell her I am gone? No matter the matter of my demise, just tell her I didn't suffer. Don't make me a hero, just tell her I died quickly and didn't cry. Thank you, my friend, Clemens. Well, you did die quickly, and you didn't cry because you died really quickly.
Yeah.
So that's true.
I mean, technically true. But hey, you know, kudos to him for admitting he's not dying as a hero.
Yeah. Oh, safe code, huh?
For a moment, like, I was going, why would you know this guy's safe word? No, safe code, completely different thing.
Do you think a Nazi would have a safe word?
Yeah, that's why it's doubly weird, you know?
Nothing else to find.
Also, I don't think I've said hello to everyone in chat. So hi, Uzi and Panda Bibble, who I know are still here. Hello to anyone else who's here. Apparently Madam Universe and Tolpans are there, but I don't know if, you know, the stream's actually on for them.
Oh, I missed. I'm still trying to get eye shots. I'll turn around, you bastard. There we go. Yeah, my cover is blown. There's no one here. Dear father, I am so sorry to read of your illness. When I was last with you, I had no idea the cancer had so completely gripped your body. It spread so quickly. I'll make you proud of me, father. We will make Italy part of our empire. Yours, Oswald. Huh. Well, that didn't work out, did it?
Think I've grabbed all I can.
Now, where was that other guy's corpse? Ooh. Ah, it's just a thing I can do. There's nothing there, but I can do it. Honestly, I went up there expecting it just to be scenery that I couldn't mount onto.
Yeah?
But I could. Are they this way? Were they over here? Where were they? They probably, because they were an officer, they probably have a collectible on them.
Yeah, probably. Remember, when you kill Nazis, always loot the body.
Yeah, they don't need it anymore, they're dead.
It's like, listen, you probably stole that.
Yeah. Very likely. What?
Yeah, the old, like, standby was, listen, if I'm not saying you should go around picking people's pockets, but if you end up robbing a Nazi, like a neo-Nazi, and you've got their credit card, the PIN number is 1488.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you don't know for sure that's the case, but like,
There's a good...
statistically, it's gonna be.
Yeah, like, more often than not,
It's
that's
the
gonna
dog whistle
be
that they
what it
think
is.
people don't know about.
Yeah,
that
they
is
keep-
so obvious.
They keep thinking we don't know.
It's because they're barely literate. Why would they expect anyone else to be?
Like, every time I see 88 in a name, I'm like, huh.
I'm like, were you born in 1988?
Yeah, were you born in
Or
1988, or are you...
am I going to click your account and you're going to be saying, well, Rommel was actually the greatest commander who ever lived? Or something insane like...
Yeah, something completely crazy.
Specifically, the reason I'm saying that is because there's a... I think it's a green text, like a 4chan thing of like, yeah, my strategy in World of Tanks is open global chat, say Rommel was a war criminal, and then rush down anyone who stops moving because they're typing a response.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. They did not have good ciphers for these codes. Which meant
No more to find
once
here.
they decoded a few of them, it's like, oh, okay. We have like a list of the most common like cipher codes, you know?
Mm. Yeah, once we've worked out the process, the actual cipher would be
Yeah,
relatively
you just
simple.
brute force it at that point,
Yeah,
and it's
because
like, hey, if you're going to be devoted to your stupid, insane ruler, you know, that's gonna be the first thing everyone guesses.
mm, dear Heine, I hope this finds you well. The RAF bombed Peenemünde
Okay,
yesterday.
Peenemund.
Peenemund.
I don't know if it's called that. It's like, heh heh
Oh,
heh,
there's the U,
Peenemund.
so the double thing, so it's like ooh. It's like a double
Peenem
letter.
Peenemund.
Yesterday, I had lots of damage to the facility. Dale and Walther were both killed, along with lots of prisoners. Oh well. I've heard the Allies used some clever sleight of hand to distract us. Lord only knows how they found out what we're up to. Maybe through captured Germans, maybe Polish resistance. They might have even killed some of the people who gave them the intelligence. Not sure how long it'll delay us. Maybe 2 months. Could be crucial. We found out because I went in your base and took all the plans and read them
Yeah,
with my eyes.
with your eyeballs. It's
I,
easy when you know the trick.
yeah, reading and learning, which is something that I don't expect you're able to do.
I mean, so the thing about authoritarian regimes is they tend to be anti-science in a
Oh yeah,
lot of ways
because
because
intellectuals
when you
can
have
question.
yeah, if they're like, hey, wait a second, the way that we're doing things is really inefficient because we keep like overworking people to death or
Whoa!
you know killing scientists who are making great progress by like just because you know they're from the wrong ethnicity. When you have people questioning that, that's when things fall apart. And so, of course, they have to keep killing anyone who's smart enough to know what the problems are. This is why you should be deeply skeptical of anyone defunding education in any capacity.
Ah, scope kill.
Scope kill! Oh man. Oh, I didn't give you the... Oh
Nah.
yeah, enemy scope kill, you got it. Hang on, where's the air horn? Here it is.
Ah!
Uber spotted.
I literally
Yeah,
just
'cause I
thought that
almost...
I just thought that I just thought that they turned up just now to say that. And
Listen, that would be a Squid Punk move, but no, that was me, just because I already had the soundboard open and I thought
oh,
it was funny to have that with the skeleton with bulging eyes saying that. Oh man, we didn't even get to see this guy's skeleton.
yeah, just keep running across the entrance. Oh, I got a kill shot on every organ now.
Damn.
That was an achievement. Nice. Looks like
Yeah,
I'd never
you're
shot
missing the
anyone in.
kidneys.
Yeah, I'd never shot the kidneys.
Yeah. No organ is safe.
Ooh. Thinks he'll come back as a ghost.
Oh no. Nazi ghosts.
Yeah.
That's the worst kind of ghosts.
Thinks Joseph Stalin is really a woman.
Alright.
What a strange thing to think.
Sure.
Participated in 9 Rastrelmento, very proud of himself.
See, the thing is, I know of at least one, I want to say a gacha game, where various historical dictators are, you know, anime girls.
Yeah, I believe
So
I know
there's
of at least one of
definitely a
those.
Stalin Gajinka. See, the thing is, there's more than one, like, thing that I've seen that does that.
Hmm.
It's just, I think there's only one gacha game. That's not quite what I'm wanting from this song.
Hmm.
I'm just playing around with music in the background. Now that I'm actually able to again. Oh man, that didn't even kill him. His helmet did a lot of work there. Oh, nasty.
Yeah. Wow, that was
Well.
really nasty, wasn't it?
Yeah. Maybe our foreign correspondent has a few words on the subject.
Yeah. Oh, just missed their eye.
Ooh. Right for the brain, though.
I mean, yeah. I don't know why that kills them. They're not using it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's
let's,
kind of like zombies, you know?
anyway, let's go on to our. Let's go see what our correspondent has to say.
Yeah, speaking of Nazi ghosts. But yeah, there's apparently like a whole subgenre of horror movies that are what if the Nazis were zombies?
Yeah, there's a load of those.
I just haven't watched any of them. It just feels very much in poor taste. And I know it's kind of the point of Nazi exploitation is the poor taste.
It's a way of pinpointing the base for the bomb.
But I'm like, no. Bizarrely enough, like half of the video nasties are like half of that list of infamously banned horror movies are just those. That's it. That's why they were banned. It's not even interesting.
Anyway, yeah, we've heard enough from them.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, madam. I always work very hard on my bits.
Yeah, it's... Stalin is also in the Fate series. Why did they put Stalin in, I assume, Fate Grand Order? Because that's the one...
That's the one that's
where
like
that
fucking
happens.
everyone.
Yeah, that has literally everyone. Did they just run out of other historical figures? Actually, that's a very real possibility at this point. Oh, Fate Conqueror. Never heard of that one. It's just like, it's usually a safe bet to say it's Fate Grand Order, because that's the gacha, and they release new characters for it all the time. And there's always something bizarre in the newest update. I never got into playing the game though, because I'm just like, I don't
it's
really care
gacha.
about. It's a gacha. I don't care much for the mechanics. There's only a handful of gacha games that I'm like, they should have just made this a free game and it would have been good, and I would have bought it at full price. I'm looking at you, Arknights. Most of the other ones are just like, it's... Like, I couldn't imagine they'd be good even without the gacha stuff. And it's like, when your business model is basically just like predatory like practices to hook gambling addicts, it's like, oh, it's not really worth playing these games anyway.
No, not really.
Yeah.
You've like, no matter what else you've done with your design or
Yeah.
what you do with the proceeds or anything like that, it's all poisoned by the fact that you are doing a money system for your game that deliberately targets vulnerable people.
Yeah. Like, so, Uma Musume, I love some of the character designs, I love, you know, a lot of stuff around those games. I will never play them because, again, that's a gacha game.
Hey, that was enough. I've mastered this weapon.
Hooray! Now to never use it again.
Yeah.
Because now you're just leaving experience points on the table, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've got to use it for the
By
rest of this
using the gun.
mission. But,
Yeah.
well, actually, no. If I find another pistol, I can use that instead.
That's all.
Like this one.
Oh man, there's a dungeon synth artist, presumably dungeon synth. Yeah. Who has taken the opportunity of Bandcamp Friday falling on a Mayday and is like, no, this is a concept album of like Mayday, the actual Mayday in 1381.
Mm-hmm.
Like the... Was that on Mayday? Yeah, that must be, yeah. Anyway,
Guess I grabbed everything.
like, they've released a concept album based on that for Mayday, for Bandcamp Friday, and I'm like, damn, that is some brand synergy you've got going on there.
Yeah. They must have ages
the
ago
album
gone,
is-
wait, what if I did this?
Yeah,
And then-
like, obviously I'm not able to give it my full attention while we're streaming, but I'm just like, listening to it and going, yeah, this is pretty decent. It's called 1381 by Wat Tyler's Blood.
Wilhelm Brahms think he's related to the composer. Sebastian Kahler killed more people than he can count. Oh, so more than 4 then.
Yeah? What, did you run out of fingers?
Oh. Dear Mummy, sorry I haven't written in so long. What I am doing is very important and there isn't much time to write, I'm afraid. Don't lose heart, the Fuhrer knows what he's doing. Yes, Stalingrad was a setback, and yes, what happened to the Ruhr wasn't good. And it's bad news about Sweden stopping us from transporting men and materials through their territory. But we have something up our sleeve, trust me. Oh my love, Kurt.
Sorry. A combination of that and something that I saw is this... God. Yeah, that is the correct tone to read out this guy's letter in. Why did he send a baby to fight you?
Why do they send baby to fight?
Yeah? So, the thing that was making that, like... Oh. Go ahead and read this, then.
Dear General Bohm, I just wanted to express how wonderful it was to see you at Yovi Fiorini the other day. I very much enjoyed the meeting. I will admit to some concern over being left with the plans. If an enemy agent were to find them, he might walk directly into your lair and attempt to thwart your scheme. Unless, of course, that was your intention all the time. Not to mention he'd probably put a bullet in me or snap my neck. You wouldn't make me unwitting bait for such a trap, would you, General? That would be very manipulative. Anyway, I'll make sure the plans are suitably safe so you don't get any unwarranted visits. Yours in lasting admiration, Major Klaus Rothbauer. Well, I did kill them, and I did steal the plans, and I have walked in.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, the thing that I was laughing at, in addition to, like, just the timing of hearing you read that out and seeing this in chat is Tank pinging Squidpunk with what I assume is a heavily AI, like a game that heavily uses AI. I don't even know how to say this. Like about. Oh, the post is finally a Metroidvania where the main character is pregnant and
Oh
orthodox.
God, I saw this.
God, I saw an ad for this on Twitter and immediately took psychic damage. And they're like, one friend wants this game, Squidpunk.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, I know Squidpunk is doing that as a gag. Because that's, yeah, don't ever give money to anyone who uses AI. It's just like, come on, man. Orthodox punk. You can't be orthodox and punk. I'm sorry, these are...
No, those are incompatible things.
They're not incompatible. Those are antonyms. Those are the exact opposites of each other.
Reminds me of that.
Conformity punk.
Reminds me of that punk game that was announced a while ago. I don't know if anything came of it, but it was announced. Involving the bad thing being that everybody's actually okay and everyone's got UBI and it's all good, and apparently that's bad.
Is this what they're calling Hope Punk?
I mean, I guess.
No,
but this was
like...
a few years ago that I saw it announced at a
yeah, I'm
game
assuming
show.
this is those left-wing punks have had it too good. I'll have to make right-wing punk, and it's like, come on, man. If you're making right-wing punk, you are like 2 steps off shaving your head and getting a swastika tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI slop isn't even worth stealing, so like,
It
don't
has
even bother.
absolutely no value, not even for a thief.
Yeah, and I say this as like, listen, I steal all kinds of things using my music. If I see like an AI cover for something or like anything that's AI generated, I'm like, I'm not even touching that sample pack.
Yeah, there's no point.
It's not even gonna be good. It's not gonna be worth taking. And I say this as somebody who has heavily sampled some absolutely wild sources. I'm really getting a lot of use out of like business seminar cassette tapes. Because people telling inspiring but completely insane stories are, you know, they usually put some kind of rhythm into the way they speak, and that makes it really good lyrically. Yeah, sorry, tripped over the word because I'm like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But I'm just like, yeah. If it's got an AI cover to it, I'm just gonna immediately go, no, this is gonna be terrible.
Well, yeah, all of a sudden you go, oh, so this wasn't actually made with any artistic vision.
Yeah.
Okay, it's worthless then.
Yeah.
Oh, so I saw someone talking about essentially like people trying to like put their AI shit and then giving them Creative Commons licenses, which I don't think is legal anyway. Because
it's not legal,
AI
and also
can't
I don't want
be owned by anyone because it's...
Yeah. You didn't own it to begin with, so you can't declare it Creative Commons.
Yeah, like, it's been through the courts that it doesn't belong to anyone.
Yeah. So all of my music is in the Creative Commons. Mostly, you can just use it for whatever the hell you feel
I mean,
like,
yeah,
as
that
long
was
as you're
your
not claiming
decision.
It's yours.
It was your decision to make as the
Because
creator.
I'm like, yeah, I don't.
Hydrogen peroxide plant. Must be how they're fueled. Need to find some.
I don't really expect people to pay for anything that I make. I'm just like, listen, if you're gonna steal it anyway, steal it. I don't care. I'd like if people paid for it, especially on Bandcamp Friday when I get
Yeah,
the money
especially
from it, because I have.
yeah.
I think I have like £30 in my bank account right now.
Mm.
Yeah. God, I think I did mention the job center. Like when I mentioned, you know what, I'm keeping myself sane by just making music. I've made like a few albums worth of music, and they're like, you should put that on your CV as your current job.
What?
And I'm like,
I mean, you can say
What?
musician, I guess.
yeah, I do have a version of my CV that says self-employed freelance musician.
And
as my
that is
current
true.
job title,
That's
which is
completely
technically
correct.
correct.
It's correct. So,
If
Yeah.
anyone ever said proof it, I'd go, okay, here's
okay,
some tracks.
here's
Not linked to my Bandcamp, because
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
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 Of course, they only said that because I've been unemployed for 2 years because the economy has collapsed.
Hmm. Indeed.
Yeah. Oh, you should absolutely rip off millionaires whenever possible, but like, if they're churning out AI slop, I don't want it. When I see people go, oh, we're going to make a fully AI movie, and I'm like, I wouldn't even steal that. You could not pay me to watch it.
Yeah. That's
Like,
not good.
You could theoretically pay me to watch Morbius. And
Hmm.
indeed, if someone ponies up some money for that, I will. Like, I don't think Morbius is gonna be, like, unwatchably bad. It's just funny to joke about it.
Yeah, it's just quite bad. Anyway, I'm going to quickly go for a pee.
Have fun. Speaking of Morbius, the running gag that Squidpunk was doing on a... I can't even remember what we were streaming, like, sometime in the last week. But every time they scrolled through the list of, like, shows and movies that were available on Netflix, I think, it's like... and of course, we're at some point we're going to have to watch my favorite movie, Kraven the Hunter, because Kraven the Hunter kept showing up in the lists, like every list of movies. Always next to something that would be vastly better. I don't expect Kraven the Hunter to be a good movie. It's just like not as mimetically bad as Morbius. What are they thinking with Kraven the Hunter, though? Like, Kraven the Hunter, solid, you know, mid-card Spider-Man villain, has a couple of really good storylines. Kraven's last hunt is iconic, but they kind of took away literally everything that made him the character he was, which is like, why would you do that? I do know entirely too much about Spider-Man lore. I'm sorry. This is my fallback for things I can talk about for hours. But yeah, Morbius is better experienced as a phenomenon than an actual movie. Like, we make fun of it, but we're doing that because that is the way to experience Morbius. And at least real human beings made that movie. The post about AI slop with the after you've had a hard day of work, you can go home and ask your AI to make a rom-com where you're dating Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe? Huh, why did I say it that way? Anyway. Yeah, it's just ghoulish at best. Yeah. And that, I think that's a post from a couple of years ago, actually. That just keeps getting quoted because it's like, hey, this is the end game and it is vile on every level. It's really funny to me that Morbius' like biggest moment of relevance was in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. In the comics, he just shows up every so often and just isn't that interesting. Which might be why the rights for him were so cheap. The people breaking into Scientology buildings meme has reached Tumblr, and now people are just posting videos of just running in and just getting as deep as you can into the building. Ah, yeah. Yeah. I do love that people have not been deterred by literally handles being removed from the front door. People are finding ways in, and that's great. We should encourage this.
Oh yes, like I've seen the in-progress maps
Yeah.
of all the information being collated to get a complete layout.
I'm like, great.
We should know what's in there.
Yeah, we have a right to know. I mean, it's quite open, like, it's quite undeniably a cult.
Yeah.
Let's get in there and wreck up the place.
Anyway, I caught some of the previous discussion. Hey, remember when they made a fucking AI simulacrum of Stan Lee and put it in a fucking Comic-Con or some shit?
Yeah, that's
something that I immediately believe to be one of the greatest amounts of evil I've ever seen done with AI.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ghoulish.
Yeah.
Especially since they didn't seem to get any permission to do it.
Yeah.
Dear Lisa, I can't say much about what I'm doing, but just to say I'm in good health. We get special treats in my new posting that we didn't get elsewhere. Cigarettes, mints, that kind of thing. I guess what we're doing is so important to the war effort. Sorry to hear little Arabella is unwell. Tell her daddy sends her all his love. The war will be over by Christmas, and we will be triumphant. I'm sure of it. All my love, Wolfgang. No.
Ho 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
Ah yes, Santa's delivery to the Nazis. A bullet.
There has to be like a Santa versus Nazis piece of media, like a movie or something.
That really
Like,
does.
that's so obvious.
Thinks his hair is falling out. Well, don't be so fucking vain, dude.
Santa Claus versus the Nazis. After discovering Santa Claus's factory, the Nazis enslaved the elves, incapacitated Santa, and converted the factory into a factory of war. What the hell? This is a book, I guess? Huh.
Oh, a letter.
Is this a comic?
Dear Matthias, thanks for your letter, little brother. Sorry it's taken so long to reply. Letters and packages take an age to reach us here as they have to be rerouted. So you're in the Hitler Youth now, eh? You're growing up fast. Before you know it, we'll have you bayoneting Tommies. Klaus.
So you're in the Hitler Youth. Sounds like the title of a pamphlet that you're, like, handing out on the street.
Hmm. Speaking of, I really should watch Jojo Rabbit again at some point.
I've never actually seen that. I hear it's pretty funny.
It is, you know, because when you're doing this kind of film, you don't want anyone else to have to take on the role of Hitler, so Taika Waititi took on the role himself.
Which is a pretty funny way to do it.
Yeah, Taika Waititi had to go whiteface. Shooting number 89.
Which
Date
again
26
is a very funny
It's
way.
very funny. 26th of August, 1943. Alagra Fortress. Tricky to spot people in the mountains. Not that there are many people to spot.
Like, Hitler would have hated that, which
Oh, he
makes
would have
it,
hated that so
automatically
much.
good. Yeah?
Shooting number one to date 27. Same old, same old. Nobody knows we're here. Only a fool would try to get in. Ha! You're dead.
Sorry, Jarkand, I can't worship Cthulhu, you know. I think I'm already technically working for the Cult of the Yellow Sign. Long story.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, one day you'll overlay Carcosa onto natural reality.
Yeah, one day. No, it's just... one of my friends, after playing Sucker for Love, excellent game, by the way, like... You know...
Yeah.
But anyway, after playing that and playing the Esther route, went, hey guys, would it be weird if I got a yellow sign tattoo? And I'm like, that's weird, but like, if you did it, it would be a real flex.
I suppose so.
I don't actually know if it ever got that tattoo. But yeah, this is one of several friends who has DM'd me and gone, hey, I've got this idea for a game, would you make a soundtrack for it? So like, you know, let's see where that goes. But like, we joke about cults a lot, but like, I'm thinking of Pank describing their ideal cult.
Well, yeah, but that
And
was
it's
just
like,
that
Pank,
was just a,
this is a polycule.
yeah, that's just a polycule. The ideal cult is a polycule.
Yeah, like it's like, listen, if you're not actually a cult doing horrible, you know, crimes against humanity, if you're just a polycule who do cult stuff as a, you know,
It's just
for
just a
fun,
thing that you do.
sure, why not?
My darling Yana, this is the last letter I'll ever write. I don't have time to tell you how much you and the children mean to me. Kiss them for me. Who dares nothing, need hope for nothing. I love you, Sebastian. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
I don't think they know what that meant.
Yeah, what was I saying? Listen, it's always valid to appropriate religions. Like, disappropriate cult imagery and use it for completely incorrect things. Or rather, it's usually okay. Like, sometimes it's like, hey, no, that's a bit disrespectful if a religion isn't doing anything wrong, but like, you can appropriate Catholicism. It's fine. It's always moral.
Yeah.
You can also appropriate Discordianism, Pastafarianism, and the Church to Subgenius just because all of them would find it very funny if you did.
Yeah.
Nothing else to find.
Which is why I keep using all of that, like, Discordian imagery in videos and stuff.
Dear Heinz, I've read your report with interest. Kessler's progress sounds impressive. Show me what his new toy can do and prove to me it can be mass-produced. Given your love of propaganda, a film would be ideal. If I like what I see, we'll deploy the missile against the Arctic convoys. Schmidt is in your region. He'd love to see it in action. I've begun to rethink my initially skeptical attitude to the new V2 weapons. I now think that targeting the V2 against civilians and the Razor against military shipping would provide a fine combination. Yours, Adolf. Huh.
There may be a Hitler or Hitlers in this very base.
Right, I've got the safe key, safe code, so let's open it.
I also use a lot of satanic imagery, despite, like, not believing the devil is a real thing. I just find it very funny. Because Satanists don't believe that either.
No. This report will outline future strategy for the Razor missile designed by Professor Andreas Kessler as part of a wider missile strategy. It will explore a series of scenarios in which the new missile can be deployed. In conjunction with V2 weapons, the Fuhrer believes that the Razor has potential to form part of a renewed total war strategy, incorporated with the new V2 rockets aimed at civilian targets such as London. Though we currently exist in a formal treaty of non-aggression with the Japanese Empire under the Tripartite Act of 1940, following our success over the Allied forces, we anticipate a future scenario where Japan threatens the interests and ongoing security of the Reich. The Razor missile will provide a useful conventional military deterrent alongside other weapons. See Report 3BB 92433, subject Uranverein.
Uranverein?
Uranverein.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
But yeah, the actual common thread between all of the games that people keep asking if I'd be okay helping them with,
They're all horror.
but one of them has been horror, but also romance. It's like, oh, you can smooch the monster or whatever,
That's
or the
you know,
serial killer or something.
yeah, isn't that just
It
the
keeps
normal
happening.
that thing now?
Nowadays, yeah. I think it's only like Space Goddess Eosi's perspective game, which, you know,
Yeah,
it's
the
early days.
the
in that
Pokemon one?
Yeah, the Pokemon fan game.
Yeah, I remember. I
Which
was
I-
there for that discussion. Yeah.
I'd love to be there. Like, I'd love to be part of that, but like, not made much progress on it. The thing that my brain is telling me to do right now is to get into making video games rather than just making music. But I just don't know where to start. My own ideas are a bit unfocused. I've got a lot of vague concepts for stuff, but I'm like, I don't know what engines to learn to do this.
I mean, depends what you want to do. I've got a
It
good
depends what
knowledge
I want
of
to do.
good
And when I
knowledge
was-
of
Yeah,
good,
got some
good knowledge of
time.
some of the smaller engines.
yeah.
Dear Professor Kessler, I trust this communication finds you well. You might recall we met 2 years ago during your visit to Berlin. Suffice to say, I found our conversation about the related problems of guidance control and jet propulsion systems very stimulating. We also, I think, share the same view that science and politics should not mingle, ultimately. Experimentation and new knowledge are all that matters. Regarding radio control problems, I have no easy answer, but this is something I feel we could be worked through using suitable testing. Of course, you won't need to consider equipping an anti-ship missile with a nerve agent, a proposition I'm actively pursuing at the moment. Imagine what such a thing would do to London. War over. Kindest wishes, your friend Dr. Herman Wolf.
Yeah. Like, I have a list of just, like, vague game concepts that I have, and I'm just going... Okay, this one's like, I could make it in RenPy. This one's a game maker game. This one I'd have to learn Unity for, or equivalent to that.
I'm trying to remember
And
what the name of the one that tries that like is a sort of a general engine for original Game Boy style games.
Oh, I have actually played around with that. I've forgotten what it's called.
It might just be GB Engine.
Yeah, I think it was like GB Engine or GB Maker, Game Boy.
Yeah, that thing is that is a fairly like in its limited field is a fairly
GB
powerful.
Studio, that's it.
Yeah.
I made like just a demo game for it, just like a quick thing that I made over a weekend, and I'm like, okay, even with only the basics there, I was able to put together like a not that technically impressive adventure game, but one that functioned.
Yeah, I mean, you did that, as you say, you did that
It's
fairly
like an
quickly.
adventure puzzle game,
So-
and it's like, yeah,
Like, as I understand it, it is in its niche a fairly powerful engine.
yeah.
A niche of making
was-
explicitly that sort of visual style
Yeah.
and control style.
fact,
but in
that's-
that, you can do a lot.
That's kind of what got me like playing around with music stuff again a few years back. Which I do just on and off. I was just making chip tunes, nothing too impressive, but you know. They've apparently added a lot more like preset like game modes to it, rather than just the very basic top-down RPG stuff that I was playing around with.
Well, that's more for people to get a start on if they don't quite know what they're wanting.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
you
just
can always
like-
mess around with them once you've put something small together to get closer to what you want it to be.
Oh yeah, because you can mix and match these game modes and go, oh right, this mini game is like a side-scrolling shooter now, and you can just have presets that do that, or like do bits of that for you. It's, you know, it's a pretty intuitive way to make games, but I'm not really sure it fits any of the ones that I want to make right now.
Fair enough. I should
Which
probably do a bit more playing around with myself if there's some new things
yeah,
there for me to mess with. Yeah.
It is GB Studio, I think.
And yeah, Darkend, I've also done a lot of messing with RPG Maker. There was something I was working on at one point with a fellow streamer and IRL friend, RPG Hidden Wizard. We were working on a squad-based tactical RPG in that for a
Ooh.
while.
Nice.
We've kind of halted on it, but we still have all the design documents, and honestly, I'm really happy with what we created so far. It's just at the moment now we're all working on our separate projects. RPG's still working on his successor to Shining Force, Obsidian Catalyst, which is still in development, and they regularly do streams of development. So if people want to check that out, that's the thing that's there. And I've heard it. It's pretty good. Meanwhile, I made This Train Is Going to Crash Killing Hitler Fuck Party, and now I'm making a tabletop RPG system, effectively an SRD. Which I've kind of slightly stalled on at the moment, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
A couple of vague ideas for card games. A couple of visual novel ones of various types. Honestly, the one I'm like, this is the most complete concept is basically like adapting the story of one of my Dungeon Synth albums, but also I'd want to redo the music because this is one of the first ones I made, and I'm like, if I was making a game, it would have a different vibe to that. The album being Wolfsbane, about like a barbarian lady with a giant axe who, you know, wears a wolf pelt as a trophy of like the wolf that like tore out her throat years ago, and it would just be like a silent protagonist kind of thing, and it's like physically she will just annihilate anything that you come across in a fight. That's
Yeah.
not like, it's not that kind of RPG where you're doing that, but you're coming up against things that are like, oh, this creature is immune to all but this thing, and you need to find the clues to that. Or like, oh, this one has an instant kill attack, which you'd only know about if you like followed the trails and saw like what it had done and everything. And it's more about the puzzle of how do you get into the situation where you can apply, you know, just extreme violence to instantly kill things.
Yeah, okay, I forgot to actually note that the development streams RPG does are on a different channel, which I'll shout out here, RPG Humble Wizard.
Yeah.
That's the one... Yeah, that's what they do over there on that channel. Hidden Wizard is their main channel for, like, Sonic speedrun stuff and a lot of other stuff occasionally, but mainly that.
I would actually,
yeah, I think they do things around like 6 p.m. our time, sort of thing. So about 5 hours ago, hours-wise, if you were looking to convert that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went look at their stream schedule and they said, LOL, Tuesdays and Friday evenings in it. And that's the only information they've written.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
What was that about Sonic?
They do, Sonic, they do Sonic speedruns. They're in that community.
Yeah. I haven't played a Sonic game in a good long while.
I was about to say good as a joke, but some of them are pretty good.
Some Sonic games are good. Some of them could have done with more polish or a better direction to them. Like, it's a real mixed bag.
Some of them could have been good.
Yeah.
But they weren't.
Yeah, it's one of those franchises that, like... One thing I really do like about Sega is they're always open to fan projects. If you're making a Sonic fan game, they're like, sure, we don't care. It's not like Nintendo, who you cannot let them get, like, you can't let them get wind that you're making like a Metroid fan game.
Yeah,
remember when they enslaved that one guy?
Yeah, I remember when they enslaved that one guy.
Yeah, so be careful if you're making something even tangentially inspired by Nintendo.
We aren't even kidding. That's what they did.
Yeah. It's like Wizards of the Coast hired the Pinkertons at one time, and are now hiring notorious union busters to get rid of their rightfully unionizing video game staff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Werde dich finden.
But, like, one thing I'm always like, oh man, I should make this kind of game is a dungeon crawler, and I mean this in the sense of like Eye of the Beholder, Dungeon Master kind of dungeon crawler, not the top-down ones that people also call the same thing confusingly. I mean, first-person, grid-based dungeon crawlers. But there's no good engine for just making that. The recommendations are just learn Unity, lol.
Fuck off.
And I'm just like, I guess I could do that, but it's a very involved project, yeah. Not saying that, like, listen, those kind of other, like the other kind of dungeon crawlers, completely valid as a genre, that's not the thing I have nostalgia for. Because there's a couple of concepts I have for that, oddly, mostly sci-fi ones. Like, one that would just be about salvaging rare stuff from spaceships, like just derelict ships out in space. And, you know, it'd have a bit of, like, Void Bastards to it, where you're just, like, not necessarily procedurally generated ships, but, like, ones where you're going in not fully knowing what's in there. And it doesn't even necessarily have to have any combat to it, although that could be a mechanic. I'm just like, yeah, there's definitely scope for multiple game designs of that type. But also, I just kind of want to make a dungeon crawler someday.
Yeah.
It's apparently...
I mean, I know you're
because this
quite
is a-
fond of the genre,
Oh yeah.
and are therefore knowledgeable.
What is Space Raiders? I'm knowledgeable about a lot of very weird subjects.
Space Raiders,
Space
are we
Raiders,
talking
okay.
about the crisps?
We are not talking about the crisps, although that is the first thing that came up.
I mean, it definitely has an aesthetic. Remember the little comics that used to be on the back of those packs?
I do remember those.
Second valve.
Yeah, not quite Space
Oh, Panda
Raiders.
is talking about the crisps.
God, the thing that I love about Void Bastards is it's a very Scottish game.
Yeah.
Like, playing it, I was like, oh, these devs are 100% from Scotland. And it's not, like... I wouldn't expect Americans to pick up on the specific things there, but, like... If you know, you know. Like, the most obvious one being Ion Brew. The upgrade
Yeah.
is just Iron Brew. A Scottish drink. I haven't had Iron Brew in a while. I've seen more
Okay.
shops in England selling it. It's just everything's so expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm just like going for the cheapest sodas when I'm getting them, you know?
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so a thing I was noticing. I was wondering what company was responsible for the localization of Dokapon Kingdom. Because one of the items is Steel Brew.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Well, I'm noticing that, but I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah.
Although
That's a
Eldritch
pretty
Zoe,
good
of course,
drink, too.
immediately noticed as well.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're both Brits. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, Madam Universe didn't pick up on it because...
Kessler's baby.
Oh,
Better make sure it's dealt with.
Oh, okay, I need to sabotage these missiles. I think I've killed loads of people at this point. There's a lot of them, not many left.
Another one. Gotta deal with it.
Okay. Yeah, still brew. Dear Detlev, I hope this letter reaches you. We're not even sure where you are now. The address we were given was Rome, but we know you're not there. Presumably this will be forwarded on to you. It looks like the Allies are going to move up through Italy. I'm sure the Fuhrer will commit more troops. You might be one of them, eh? That'll push him back into the sea. Take care, my dearest boy, Father. Yeah, nah. Your child's dead. And the world is better for it.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure the Nazis can't salvage anything from this operation. But how?
I need to go up here and destroy more missiles. This has sounded a little off to me. It keeps sounding like I'm stepping on ceramics. It doesn't sound like metal to me.
Thinking of the first couple of Thief games where when you stepped on metal, everyone knew. It was so goddamn loud.
Dearest Conrad, haven't heard from you in ages. The children miss you so terribly. Please write when you can. Hans think the Fuhrer is luring the Allies into a cunning trap. I hope he's right. Your loving wife, Anya.
He's an insane idiot, so probably not.
Yeah.
The missile tech specs.
Yeah, there they are.
But yeah, the indecision over what game I want to work on is like, and thus what game engine I need to learn, is part of why whenever friends are like, oh, I've got this idea for a game, I'm like, yeah, let's talk it out. I want to help you make it. Please give me any kind of direction.
Shooting number 70. Place like a fortress. Had a bet with Wegener that I couldn't hit a distinctive rocky outcrop. I won. That is a point.
I still think the first 3 Thief games are all good, and yes,
Yeah.
I include
Yeah, no, Deadly
Thief
Shadows
Deadly
is
Shadows.
fine.
Like, it wasn't as well received as the others at the time, but I think compared to Thief 4, it's like, you know what? We had it pretty good back then.
Like, even when people were at the height of thinking it was terrible, they still
Yeah.
all said that the, like, Asylum level was amazing.
Oh yeah, the Shieldbridge Cradle is like...
It's so good.
That is,
Holy
without a
shit.
doubt, the highlight of the game. It is an excellent horror level, while also having a lot of, like, you know, the kind of gameplay you'd want in Thief.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the mods that, like, patched together all of the maps into just, like, being one map instead of splitting them up for
Yeah.
consoles. Like, that was... like, that's the way to play it now. It means you
definitely made
can't just
things-
avoid guards by teleporting to another dimension.
Yeah. I mean, it fits with Thief
Yeah.
doing that.
Like, the first 2 Thief games, though, fantastic all round. They each have their own quirks and flaws, but, like, I'm willing to accept them because, like, they're pretty old games at this point. The first one has maybe too many zombies,
Third time's a charm. Need to overlook the centrifuge.
but, like, the gradual introduction of that's fine. That's the part of the game. And I really do think Thief Deadly Shadows, like, if they just ended the entire series there, that's a good ending for the story. There's a VR Thief game,
Yeah.
like, set long after the rest of the games, with Garrett more or less being like a ghost haunting the eye, like, and, you know, just still hanging around to help you there. Like, I watched like a YouTube video of that, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty decent. Very different style to the game because obviously it's VR. There are different design considerations. But it feels like a good game in its own right. So the thing is, like, VR, despite the metaverse being a complete joke,
Kessler's razor missiles.
among other huge missteps, and it being outside of my price range basically forever,
Yeah, yeah.
like,
It's never going to be affordable for
yeah, it's
people
still a
on-
really cool technology when used right.
Mm.
I just don't think we've hit the point where it's being used right and affordably. Like, there are some genuinely great titles that are VR only, and I'm
Yeah.
like, great,
Like
I
that-
can't play these.
God, like that Wraith the Oblivion game.
Yeah.
That's VR only, and it's really annoying.
And Half-Life Alyx, like, that is actually just really cool all round. I can't play it, but hey,
Yeah, it was so nice to have an actual Half-Life game
yeah.
that advanced the story and actually kept going. It's not 3
Jarkin,
because they don't know how to count to 3, but
Yeah. You can only count to 2. Jarkin is saying, use AI to create the first personalized storybook for you and your children in just 60 seconds. Ah! Ah,
You
flips
can
table.
create the first personalized storybook for you and your children in 60 seconds with a fucking pen!
Yeah. Except just the description that is making me think of the book The Diamond Age, with the storybook that adapts to the girl reading it to basically teach her how to be the ultimate soldier and the ultimate hacker and all these things. And is this is a book that's not without flaws, but which I'm like, it's a really interesting. I don't even know if it's cyberpunk, really. It's kind of a riff on other cyberpunk of the time. In that there's like the classic cyberpunk protagonist with like a gun mounted in his eye and all these badass things that he does in the first chapter, who immediately gets killed to make way for the main plot. Which is very funny, at least. It's post-cyberpunk. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably the best term for it, in that it's doing things informed by cyberpunk, but going off in this interesting direction. It sucks that we live in a cyberpunk dystopia now, though.
It does. And it's a really boring one.
It's a really boring, ugly, annoying cyberpunk dystopia. I'm like, hey man, you could have at least given us some dragons or some magic or something. I do occasionally dip into cyberpunk stuff for concept albums, but like I'm never gonna make a video game of Temple of the Cyber Skull, despite that being, well, a cyberpunk story in its own right. Like, the only cyberpunk game I really have a vague plot for would be a visual novel of some kind, although it's... So it's like set in a like high stakes racing competition, but like it's a visual novel. You're not actually, well, you're likely not going to be doing actually like a racing game in the middle of it, because it's all about the behind the scenes politicking and sabotage going on between the racers and everything. And it's just, you know, using this lens to do a cyberpunk story, which I think it does have legs to it. It's probably the thing I have the most complete notes of, because I have like ideas for, like, obviously the characters in it are just, you know, different archetypes of like racers with their own weird cyberpunk gimmicks going on. I should watch more cyberpunk movies. Like, I've had things like Johnny Mnemonic on my, like, list of movies to watch for a long time. I mean, you're saying, Pandavivil, you're saying the problem is our cyberpunk dystopia lacks a coherent theming. The problem is everybody in power right now is an idiot with no taste. Like, they just do not understand design on any level, and so we just got... Yeah, here's this ugly, unpainted car. Here's this... God, they've even ruined the word AI. Here's this. Oh, it's the new ballroom for the White House, designed for AI, that actually doesn't have any entrances anywhere because it's not trained on actual like.
Yeah.
Well, it's trained on architectural blueprints, but it has no context for them, so it just is clearly not going to actually be buildable in that way. Oh, that's why I'm getting so many new followers, is because I was added to that music starter pack. I don't think a single one of them is ever, like a single one of these followers is ever going to buy anything. Thanks to the people who are buying things, including apparently my Electro Swing album. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah. Listen, we're gonna have to take over the world with the sole purpose of making our cyberpunk dystopia look cool. We're gonna add neon lights to everything. Also, we're gonna just have, like, you know, Japanese letters appear on things for no reason.
Damn, it wouldn't be a cyberpunk dystopia without some Orientalism.
It's always Orientalism. It's like, I can understand the historical context for why that was a thing, but it's like, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, Jarkand, nobody has a plan. They just want to enrich themselves. And that's it.
Yeah, no,
There's
there's
no grand
absolutely...
plan for society. It's
Yeah, no,
just,
there's...
I want to be at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, there's no consideration whatsoever for the larger societal picture. It's just, I want money and power,
Yeah,
and what will give me it now?
yeah. And even the people who are involved in, you know, machinations behind the scenes and take years upon years to advance their agenda are just doing that to get more money and more power so they can get away with doing whatever they like. And they're horribly unimaginative. They just do awful things because they're like, now I've got all the power. I can do these horrible things. And that's it.
Huh. To General Heinz Baum, Authorization Reichsführer Julius Kruger. Shadow must fall, Werwolf is watching.
Oh, we get to fight a werewolf.
Yeah, okay, this is a trap for me. Okay. I get it.
Yeah, the trap specifically for you.
Like, they know, like, we've seen other things earlier. The German forces are incredibly aware of my presence here. And they know that I'm about and doing who I am and doing stuff.
Nazi werewolf? Is Saurus around? Yeah, So I've seen both Hellsing animes and read the manga. I am aware of what you're talking about. No, you don't understand. I need a mega yacht so big that the pool on the mega yacht can have another smaller yacht inside it.
Nothing else.
If anyone looks up, they'd just be going, what the hell's going on there? Yeah, it's the turducken of ships.
Yeah,
Expect
most
them
of it
to
will
go
be
around
just
the
as
corner.
dry as a turducken usually is.
Yeah.
That's the flaw I found when making those. Unless you're quite careful, it will be dry as heck.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider in how you're cooking that, basically.
Hmm. I personally haven't mastered it myself. Best I can do is one thing inside another, and that's it. Just two things. More than that, and it starts going wrong.
Yeah. Rub moisturizing cream into it at intervals. I know what you mean, but like, I'm getting a very different mental image, and I'm like, that would be weird. Don't do that.
Just replace the word moisturizing cream with butter.
Yeah.
That's basically a moisturizing cream, right?
Yeah. There are ways around that, but like, you can't just shove it in the oven and leave it. Or it will just be dry.
Put this out of action too.
Yeah, honestly, I just need to get my thoughts together enough to go, here is the list of games that the game concepts that I'd love to actually develop into a thing. And then just talk to friends about it and just jam out. Okay, this is the one that's most practical to make, or that has the most meat to it. Like, it doesn't have to be, no, I'm making a AAA game right off the bat. This is, one, what is completable, and two, what would I actually want to complete?
Damn.
Because, yeah, I really could do, like, a Twine game or a Renpai visual novel and have something fairly basic. Oh man, that guy's just running into the corner. You're just looting this man in front of his friend. Well, I say
What?
friend. Oh damn. That wasn't even you that shot that
I
one.
didn't shoot that. No, the guy didn't even fucking notice. He walked over it.
word from our correspondent? Asks Panda Bibble.
Yeah, I guess in this case, might have. I think they have relevant experience
Yeah.
in this particular area.
Jarkin, that is kind of the... should I stay silent for our correspondent? Nah, you know, you can hear everything that he's saying that's worth hearing, you know?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think we've heard enough.
yeah.
I think we've heard enough from them.
That's the... Listen, that is more thoughtful and, you know... like... thoughtful, interesting, and true than anything he said in the last few years. So, you know... he's improving. But yeah, I know I shouldn't jump straight into trying to make... oh, here's my magnum opus that will take 10 years to complete. No. I should try and do something I could feasibly get done within, say... let's just say a year for an arbitrary time limit. Like, I don't know what the actual time to develop any of these things would be, but it's like... I know there are game jams and everything, but like... oh. Yeah, I'm very well aware of how possible it is to do that and then struggle because the thing I'm making isn't perfect immediately. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day. And anyway, I'm very well aware of the concept of iterative development and design. To the point that if I did make, for example, one of the games that I described there, that sort of RPG based on that Dungeon Synth album I made, I would just probably be making it with stock RPG Maker graphics to begin with, not even with an eye to releasing it.
Yeah.
Because if you release a game with stock RPG graphics, people will laugh at it. Even if it's a good game, that will be, you know, a running joke in your community.
Mm.
But, like, get it working and then work on, okay, can I improve this aspect? Like, can I get better art? Can I get better music for the next version of it? And just keep iterating on that. Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if that's going to be something I want to actually make into a full game. It's something that I'm, like, I could describe this concept and make it sound at least somewhat workable as a game. Ironically, that one kind of goes more towards being a visual novel than a RPG, just by the nature of the combat system I was describing, but you know... Asset flipper. Yeah. Oh. See, there are some genuinely good games that I've played that are technically asset flips, but...
Oh yeah, I've played
know.
a few on this channel, no less.
yeah.
Like when I think stock asset game that is like made with like vision and art, I think
You can
of
do interesting things with
Yeah.
just stock assets.
yeah. The
if
one
you do
that
it in
I
RPG Maker, you will be a laughing stock.
yeah. The one that I bring up frequently when it comes to asset flip games that are actually worth your time. There's I'm Going to Die If I Don't Eat Sushi,
Yeah?
which is a game that is about exactly what it says.
Yeah. Yeah, right, I remember this.
And I played its sequel somewhat recently.
Yeah.
Sushi Soul Universe, I think? Which is equally assets, stock assets.
And it's possible, like, for a comedy game, that can even become part of the joke. But also, like, I'm reasonably sure almost all the assets in Thief Simulator are just stock assets. But it's a fun game, so I don't really care. And ironically, I'm pretty sure the same is true of House Flipper.
Yeah, I think a lot of those are.
But, like, House Flipper, perfectly fun game,
Yeah.
you know?
Perfectly fine. And Thief Simulator, very good.
Thief Simulator's a bit rough around the edges.
Oh, yeah.
It is that thing I don't like in games with, like, you know, level up trees, like skill trees, you know, where it's structured as a tree, but effectively there's only one order you can take things in because they're all locked behind different levels. It's like there's no point saving up your points for a couple of levels because you unlock one new skill per level on that tree and you get 1 point per level. However, I'm told the sequel fixes that and a lot of other problems I had with it, and I will admit I had a lot of fun playing that game, and I'm like, yeah, I paid like £3 for it in a sale, and I got my money's worth. And I did like just the way the game is designed. There are stupid tricks you can do to get into houses that you're not meant to be able to get into as early as, like, you can get into houses early by, like, parking your car next to them and clambering over the fence. And I'm like, this both doesn't feel intentional, but also feels like it's rewarding you for trying things like that. And there's one house early on that was like one of the last ones in the first area where whenever the residents of the house leave, they just put down like metal shutters over all the windows, and it's a giant hassle getting in the time frame where they're gone. However, I was able to sneak in through the front door whilst everyone was in the house, go into a closet and just wait 8 in-game hours for them to leave. And then I was locked inside the house with all of their material wealth, and I just unlocked the door from the inside and left. And I'm like, I'm not sure if this is the intended solution, but it's a very funny solution. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with Thief Simulator, which again feels a bit like an asset flip game, but there you have it. But no, the RPG Maker stock assets are, oh, you're wanting to make a Final Fantasy or a Dragon Quest, you're just making epic heroes going on on a world-saving adventure in a fantasy land. Here's some really generic sprites for that, and everyone has gone, I am going to make a horror game set in a haunted house in the modern day. Or just things like that, like Yumaneki has almost no stock RPG Maker assets aside from like one area where that's the joke. And that is one of the iconic RPG Maker games. Most of the iconic RPG Maker games I can think of aren't technically RPGs. And that's fine. Like, if people like, if people find a use for a game engine that is not the original intended use, but, you know, works perfectly well, that's fine.
I haven't found where that freaking sniper is. Hmm.
Moment. Was war das?
Yeah, go there. And I didn't give away my position. Hmm. Guess they are all thick as pig shit.
Wait till I've dealt with the mass
Yeah.
production facility.
It turns out just, you know, blindly following a regime that demands obedience of any orders, no matter how stupid, means you just get the world's dumbest soldiers. Looks at the camera.
Hmm. Well. Okay, where
Anyway.
the fuck? They're over that way somewhere. Fuck! Where the hell are they?
There are great RPGs that were made in RPG Maker. Like, I joke about most of the more famous ones not being RPGs at all, but like Off was made in that. I
yeah.
want to say Undertale was made in RPG Maker, albeit with a lot of modification to it. Huh, am I just wrong? Fair enough.
Well, I know off.
Yeah,
But-
SLARPG was definitely made in RPG Maker. To the point that the creator of that game just released a bunch of the scripts made specifically for it. Game Maker Studio. Yeah, I suppose that tracks. Undertale does have a very unconventional combat system. Yeah. I haven't used Game Maker Studio in a long time either. Nearly 20 years. So any experience I have with it does not carry over. Yeah. It's just... I have too many fragments of ideas that aren't fully developed. For all that people rag on, you know, ideas guys, sometimes you do need someone with a creative vision beyond, hey, it would be cool to have this one thing in a game, and then having that 20 times and none of them overlap.
Yeah.
If anyone's wondering, my usual way of making music is I just keep making different tracks in whatever random genres I feel like, and then put them in folders according to the vibes they've got. And then sometimes I'll go, hey, I've got 10 electro swing tracks. I should release an electro swing album. And there's only a couple of my albums that weren't made that way, which are mostly the Dungeon Synth ones. Which is why I can make those very quickly, because I'm using the same instruments for them, and yeah. Yeah, as you're saying, a visionary, or ideas guy, as I derogatorily called them, is like, that's not necessarily a bad thing if they're willing to have a back and forth with the other people on the team to go,
Yeah.
okay, I see what you mean. This idea that I've described doesn't fully work, but what if we did this instead? If you've got the visionary who does not listen to anyone's feedback, that's how you end up with people going, no, I need the AI to create my game for me perfectly as I envision it. And if you've seen any AI-heavy games, you understand why this is a terrible idea. Yeah, all art is a conversation, you know?
Mm.
And even for someone doing something by themselves that they have this great vision of, like,
Another one.
even that is in conversation with other pieces of art, other pieces of media, with the tools they are using, and with their own skill level. Ah yes, the prompt engineer.
Ah, yes. The nothing job.
Yeah, so recently, a friend of the show, Eldritch Zoe, went, hey, here's a list of, like, filters for LinkedIn that you can put into uBlock Origin that block out specific companies or, you know, notorious time wasters. Or, you know, people that keep advertising the same jobs every month and never recruit anyone or whatever. And I went, wait a second, this is just like blocking specific bits of CSS. It's just blocking, like, LI elements with that have specific bits of text in them. So I just started adding every company that has, like, we are an AI-based company to this. Which means sometimes I can look at LinkedIn saying 100 new jobs have been posted today, and the list is like 2 jobs. Jarkand, you only need to know about old Granny Napalm to get what you want.
Yeah. Just needed your grandmother's old napalm recipe.
Yeah, like, listen. If you're getting AI to write your sex scenes for you, what are you even doing? It's gonna have absolutely nothing interesting to it. So I've read a lot of sci-fi and fantasy novels in my day, and, like, a lot of them do have sex scenes in them where it's just like, man, I'm reading this and this is just filler. Like, you are padding out the page count with this. There's nothing, like, interesting here. And I don't mean, like, oh, there's nothing that I find hot or interesting or anything.
Yeah, it's just
You're just going through the motions here. You didn't need this scene, it doesn't add anything to your plot, and you're clearly not enjoying it either. You're not enjoying writing it. Did you need this? Were you asked by your publisher to do this? But the thing is, like, sometimes I would read those books and go, okay, this isn't my scene, but, like, the author is clearly having fun with this, so whatever.
heard a rumor the Desert Ghost is in Italy. Killed 2 of my squad back at Tobruk. Love to repay him. Well, unfortunately, I killed
Lol.
you.
Got him.
But
like- Yeah.
Okay.
Like, genuinely, I don't, like, a lot of the ones I was reading, I was like, oh, your editor 100% said, oh, you need to have more of these scenes, otherwise people aren't going to read your book. And it's like, no. Sometimes it just gets in the way. Don't get me wrong, there are some ones where I'm like, yeah, sure, cool. But, like, yeah, there are people who will just read any kind of, like, any scene like that and think the work is improved by it, and it's like, not necessarily. And don't get me wrong, you can put as many sex scenes as you like in your book, I just want to be sure that the author is having fun writing them too. One of my many work-in-progress stories, like, one of the characters in it just, like, naturally ended up in a position where, like, oh yeah, she's 100% into some, like, really freaky stuff. And it's just funny that that now informs this person's entire characterization. And it's like, yeah, it's not really much explicit in that. It's not necessarily something I'd not want to write. It's just like, no, it's just not that kind of story.
Lager Fortress. Watched an eagle circling for a full 20 minutes. Amazing, graceful creature. 1 bullet took it down. Wow. Wow. Alright, just need to get to the radio.
Better call in the bombing raid. Mother Hen, this is Red Fox. Send your regards. I repeat, send your regards to Allegra.
All I wanted was the angel. I didn't know the partisans would follow her to their deaths.
They followed her because she gave them hope. They died heroes.
Hope, in reality, is the worst of all evils, because it prolongs the torments of man. Friedrich Nietzsche.
Ah, yet another person who doesn't get what Nietzsche was saying.
Yeah.
The worst terrors are shapeless, formless. If no one knows who I am, I can be whoever I need to be. I can manipulate I can avoid detection if need be. I could be a man. Or a monster.
Dorfman or Bone.
Yeah, exactly.
We have Kessler, and the production facilities are wrecked.
Kessler will be dead before he's any use to the Allies. And as for your little, mischief in the production facility, well, it's just too late. Yeah, I'm going to start with the USS Lincoln. The illustrious General Eisenhower. I'll take the Allied fleet, ship by ship. Operation Avalanche will be extinguished before it's even begun. See, if only this was enough. But, it's not. Bring her in here!
I failed, Cal. I failed them all. I failed my father.
Yeah. See, there is no hope here. Not anymore. We're going to torture her. Yeah. And, you're going to watch, Lieutenant.
All it takes is a spark.
General! Der Flieger! Das ist hoch, Lieutenant!
Oh, there's more to do.
I think I've grabbed all I can. Sophia sacrificed herself so I could escape. Better make sure it wasn't in vain. Have to stop that missile launcher.
Jarkin, I could tell you why these people idolize Nazis, but... Anyway.
Yeah.
So I could escape.
Sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages that I'm having to try and figure out how to answer properly. People trying to schedule stuff around the upcoming election, but like doing it at the last minute without telling anyone, and I'm like, come on, man.
Bullseye. Got it. Now for the other one.
Yeah, I just don't like people springing things on me and going, oh, this is now the most important thing, you have to drop everything to do this, and I'm like, you knew about this a week ago, shut up. I know, it's someone...
From a little
Okay.
spark, a burst of flame. Time to go.
Oh yeah. I'm in the place that's exploding.
That's not where you should be, you know? You should avoid being in explosions. It's usually a bad idea.
The fleet, including Eisenhower's command ship, Ancon, was saved. Avalanche happened as planned. The U.S. Fifth Army and British 8th fighting their way up the Italian mainland. The Angel was dead. But the spark she ignited spread like wildfire, clearing the way for the Allies.
Yeah.
But the path to Rome would be
I mean,
treacherous.
the thing is, I'm awake at midnight, but everyone who could actually help with this isn't awake because they don't have sleeping disorders. And they're like, come on, man.
They did it without us, the townsfolk. Pushed them out before the Fifth Army even got here.
All it took was a spark.
Talking of which, I hope 617 Squadron didn't singe your limey ass.
Let's just say it was a little tight. I thought you were giving me a bit more leeway.
Carl, you and I are utterly expendable. You know that.
Not like your man there.
The professor hasn't got long left. Trust me, though, we'll squeeze what we can out of him. More to the point, what about you, Carl? What's you gonna do? The man who saved Ike Eisenhower. Woo-wee! OSS could sure use someone with your talents.
That sounds like a job offer.
Doesn't it, though?
I'll think about it.
Sure thing. Don't think about it too long. We got a war to win.
Damn right.
Interesting. I didn't even think this was... This isn't even, like, the last level of the main game.
Yeah.
There's still 2 more before we get to the DLC.
Yeah. But no, it's just like a group of local activists who are continually just throwing things together at the last minute and then going, oh, everyone needs to drop what they're doing and do our thing. And I'm like, no. Like, organization is important.
Anyway, apparently I got an achievement for taking out that plane with a bolt-action rifle.
Oh, yeah? What, like it's hard?
Yeah, it was called the Path of Most Resistance. So I imagine there were
Yeah.
easier ways of doing it.
It's like shooting it clean out the sky. Why not?
Speaking of shooting things out of the sky, you seen
Yeah?
that stuff coming out of Ukraine right now?
I have not. I've not been keeping up with the news for the last couple of
Okay,
days.
so,
There's so much going on.
So they've developed a rifle round that goes into pretty much any NATO rifle to take out drones.
Yeah?
And they demonstrated this by getting in a fucking prop plane and flying around and firing it out of the cockpit at Russian drones.
Sure.
An effective demonstration, but also very World War One of them.
Yeah?
Back to the days of chucking bricks out of airplanes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of mad. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did a bit more research on what they'd done, and they've made this. So they made a rifle round that fits in all normal. It's a 5.56mm one that fits in standard rifle magazines, and doesn't really look any different. And when it fires, it breaks apart into 5 bullets
Yeah?
and sort of scatterguns at a drone. And yeah, it wrecks it good. The plan is to make enough of them so that every soldier be carrying at least 1 magazine of it. Anyway, as per usual, I let the full credits play. When it's a game that isn't dog shit.
Yeah.
Which it isn't.
Hey,
So,
you know, like, these people worked hard on this game.
They do. They did. And this is how... Like, people seeing this is how they get recognition.
Yeah.
There's no other way. This is what happens. I look at that game's German. I look at that and I see M&S music and I think Marks and Spencer music.
Marks and Spencer music. Really branching out.
But it's not that. So
It really isn't. No. Oh. Come to think of it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I think I forwarded this thing onto the wrong WhatsApp channel out of the like 20 different ones we have now. Politics.
yeah.
But there's still one that is technically correct. I don't care. Yeah.
Alright, I've killed Boehm, stopped the missile that would have destroyed Eisenhower's command ship, and called in 617 Squadron to decimate Boehm's base. It won't bring back those who died on the Orchidia, the Alagran partisans, or Sophia, the Angel of Botany, who sacrificed herself so I could escape. But now the fight for Italy can begin in earnest.
Hooray.
We've unlocked the challenges, which I won't do.
Yeah.
Well, now it's a golden gun.
Yeah, just like in, you know, that one James Bond movie.
Oh, Octopussy.
Octopussy, yeah.
Which I cannot
Yeah.
believe, it still cannot believe is a real movie.
It's a real movie. I've
It's
seen it.
One of the most
I don't know why
insanely
I've seen
named
it.
Bond films.
Yeah. Is that the one where he's dressed as a clown at the start?
Maybe. Speaking of Bond, I'm going to
James
put on the
Bond,
Walther
clown.
PPK.
Yep, it's Octopussy. No, the intro is a different agent dressed as a clown, and he's dressed as, like, James Bond is dressed as a clown later on for connected reasons.
Environment, explosive kills.
It's a weird
Headshots.
movie.
50 kills over 50 meters. 10 penetrative kills. Do not know what that means. Still need like 10 eye shots, something like that. Alright, so I need to win the church battle and the battle for the watermill, and I don't know what those are. Oh, wait. I think I know what those are.
No.
The church battle is in one of the earlier... It's the fights that the partisans get into.
Ah.
And if I go and win that for them,
Alright.
then I get access to the Lien field. But that requires doing 2 whole levels specifically to do those things.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you're going to do those on stream or
Unlikely.
what. Yeah.
Not impossible that I will do them in my spare time, but
Yeah. Like,
not
this
something I
game
think
has
I'd
been
do on
fun,
stream.
but
I'm not.
it does
Yeah, I'm
take
not.
like 4 hours to do a level.
Yeah, and I'm not even done. Wait, what? Oh, now I'm a different guy.
Gotta stop it launching.
Can't believe
What?
the Allies have mastered the art of shape-shifting.
I'm Swamp Thing! Let's go!
Yeah.
I love blowing shit up.
Who doesn't?
If I keep hitting the engine, it might blow. Bullseye. Need a few more like that. Direct hit. Need to keep hitting the engine. Gotcha. Jackpot. Now for the other engine.
Now I'm someone else.
Yeah. Okay.
So how do I get to the other missions? Maybe I need to...
Yeah, enjoy your food.
Hmm.
We've been
Okay, I'm gonna go
for
back in
3
and then
hours, 24
save
minutes.
the game
Yeah, save the game.
so that I don't completely overwrite this.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, just like have a hard save, just in case.
Yeah, I'll have a hard save.
Yeah. Yeah, as expected, nobody else got back to me because I am the only person who's actually awake at this time.
Hmm.
We've been losing.
Yeah, what are these two? Compound and rail yard. This is what I saw before, and I was like, okay, so these ones, because Target Fuhrer and Deathstorm are the DLC. So what are
Yeah.
these? Time to do a little bit of searching. I want to know what these are. So... where... What are the other two missions? Wait, Compound and Rail Yard? Where's this? Compound and Rail Yard.
Yeah.
How to
I
unlock
guess.
last two campaign missions. Oh, okay. Okay. Those are co-op levels. Okay. So, that's something. I'll have to... If I want to do those, I'll have to arrange something.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we will, in future streams, have the DLC missions,
Yeah.
such as Target Fuhrer.
And, you know, it's always a good idea to kill Hitler.
It is! So let's have a look at... The Nazis plan to use their U-boats to cut off Allied supply lines in the Mediterranean. Thanks to an Allied informant, we know the new base will be located on the island of Sendari, north of Crete. You've been dispatched to Sendari to kill the admiral in charge, thus destroying the base's command and control structure. But all is not what it seems. I guess because Hitler is there.
Yeah? Listen, whenever Hitler shows up, nothing is as it seems. Like, how is he in so many places at once?
So this, here, Quick Overwatch, is the mode with those other two levels. According to what I saw on the Steam forums, one of them's quite short, the other one is kind of the normal size of a level.
Yeah?
And you have one person acting as a sniper, and the other person acting as a operative to go in and mark things and deal with fiddlier stuff that you can't just shoot from a distance. And as one person put it, the operative who does the bulk of the work.
Yeah, you just single-handedly win the war.
Mm.
It's like, why did he even have an army that isn't you?
Yeah, why...
You truly are an anti-fast super soldier.
Anyway, that's all of that for now.
Yeah.
My god, it was a decent amount of time. 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah, these levels are pretty hefty.
That was a decent. Like, I didn't overrun, which is
Yeah.
good. I definitely would have had I started the Führer killing mission, which I
Yeah,
admit
we're
I
gonna
was
save that for
tempted.
next
I
week.
was tempted to play it, considering how close we are to the anniversary of his death.
Yeah,
but
listen, it's always a good day to kill Hitler.
it is. Any day is good for killing Hitler. We don't have to, as I concluded earlier at the start of the stream, we don't have to give any importance to that man.
Yeah.
I will kill him when I decide. And what I wanted to do was do more of the main game, and apparently I finished the main game. So,
Yeah. That's the main game. We're onto the DLC and the bonus missions and stuff.
yeah. But I'll see about trying to unlock the Lee Enfield in my own time. Although I'm pretty sure I won the battle for the church already, so I need to win the battle for the watermill, because I know that one didn't go so well for the partisans in my playthrough. Only one of them lived.
Yeah.
But we did win.
We can change the
Just-
timeline
I
so
just-
they all live.
Yeah, it just turns out I just guessed that wasn't quite good enough. Huh? Oh, right. It hasn't thrown me. It said Discord was like, was that good? I'm like, wait, what? I'm not out the call. But it's because I'm not broadcasting anymore.
Yeah.
Friggin' jump scare. Right.
So presumably we're raiding into tank. I don't know if anyone else is online.
I'll have a look.
You would raid into. I mean, check into.
I'll have a
if you
look,
like.
and if it's
Raid
not,
message,
then it's not.
always a good day to kill Hitler.
Yeah, that would be the message. Feel free to write it. Okay, yeah, there's Goblin Hugger playing Moomin Troll Winter's Warmth.
Oh, Moomin Troll. Oh, the Moomin games are just really charming lately.
And yeah, Pank's doing Cult of the Lamb.
Like, I saw Gurkaman streaming one in a while back, and I'm like, oh, this is such a charming game. Like, it really captures the vibe of Moomin.
Yeah, that's kind of key if you're going to do things with Moomin. You got to get that. Let's see. Oh, Goblin Hugger's only been going for an hour.
Yeah, wouldn't mind
Yeah.
getting into Goblin Hugger.
Oh, well,
you
the
know?
the Goblin Hugger's
Some
got
Moomin
way less people right now, and we just need a good,
Yeah.
fun time, a good, charming, wonderful time with Moomin.
We're going to Moomin Valley to
To
like
s-
tell Moomin kill Hitler.
Yes.
And Moomin's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's not something that anyone could really disagree with, logically.
Honestly, Moomin Papa would do that no hesitation. He would take the shot.
Mm.
Moomin would do it, but he's like, okay, fine, I guess it has to be done.
Still, die Nacht ist ausgestellt.
Yeah, so yeah, you got our raid message of it's always a good day to kill Hitler.
Yeah.
Sie gedenkst du wie ich
Right, let's see what's happening in the near future. Next thing I'm doing is on Sunday, where I'll be with Keldakos and playing Skyrim in a completely normal way that is normal. And unfortunately, that's more true
Yeah,
than usual,
it's
because I'm
normal.
actually doing plot. Because
There's a plot to Skyrim?
I'm actually doing it. I know.
Damn.
Admittedly,
Way to
we're
fund
doing
it.
it just so we can get rid of Maven.
Yeah, fair enough.
We want to get rid of everything that she could be essential for before throwing her into the naughty ice hole where she will
Yeah.
stay for all time. So we're having to complete the Civil War.
Yeah. I don't think I ever actually finished the main story of Skyrim.
No, most people haven't. Because the game incentivizes you not to. Anyway,
Pretty much.
yeah, okay, that's what's happening. We've both advertised ourselves, so that's good enough. We're gonna go now. Kill Hitler!